the studio at the same time together, they've used their phones to create something special just for us. I'm gonna love you forever, forever and ever, baby. As long as old men sit and talk about the weather, as long as old men sit and talk about old men.
Very nice. Thank you both for doing that. And Ronan, it looks lovely wherever you're ambling there. Is that your garden?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slightly hesitant.
But Shania, I'm sorry, you beat him hands down with your Bahamas backdrop. It looks very, very nice.
It's beautiful in the Bahamas. Yeah, I'm in the Bahamas, so the setting is magical.
Oh, well, we've got to tell you, Ronan, you're going to be really pleased now. We played your song in the meeting, that clip we saw there, and a guy who was fixing the printer around the corner ran around and said, oh, I've got to ask, who's that singing? And we said, Ronan and Shania Twain. And he said, where do I get it? And we said, Ronan's album, 2020, so we've got you a sale. I think we've got a picture, actually, as proof. There he is, a bit reluctant, but he's loving it.
It was brilliant. It just burst in. It was great. Now, Shania, you guys hadn't sung together until now, but you were on the Notting Hill soundtrack together. We have a lovely little photo from the from the premiere, I think. Do you remember meeting Ronan?
Absolutely. I've always loved Ronan. That was a special moment. Yeah.
Nice. Some happy memories, I'm sure. Ronan, last week we saw you asking John Bon Jovi about his album 2020. Now I get to ask you about your album 2020, but yours isn't just about last year, is it?
No, it's actually, since I went solo, it's 20 years since I went solo, when the Notting Hill track, When You Say Nothing At All, came out. And this album is kind of a look back over those 20 years, so I've revisited When You Say Nothing At All. Ed Sheeran's playing guitar on that one. I've revisited Life Is a Roller Coaster and Let Me Stay, and then there's a bunch of new songs, including Forever and Ever with the Queen, Shania. It is such an honour to work with her. She is just, that voice, when you hear her come in on that second verse, it's insane. It's so beautiful. I'm so lucky. Thank you.
Well, it is a fantastic booking, and we have to say, your voice is so recognisable and lovely. But I couldn't believe when I read that you nearly didn't sing for, well, it was about 8 years, wasn't it? Because you had something wrong with your voice. I mean, that must have been horrendous for you.
It was, but before I get to that sad part of my life, I want to say thank you, Ronan, for inviting me on this song.
Oh, thank you.
Honestly, no, you're such a, I love Ronan as a person, and of course, his voice is gorgeous. And we almost did do a duet years ago, but that, that's another story. But we're finally, singing together, and even during COVID, we're still singing together apart, which is so awesome. But yeah, I did lose my voice, even to be able to have to be able to, say the whole sentence, or to call it to my dog. I really had a lot of difficulties. So I got Lyme's disease, and that damaged the nerves in the larynx. And so it took a lot of rehabilitation, a lot of recovery, and 2 surgeries. So, but here I am.
Gosh.
I can get real loud now if I want to.
Brilliant. So we're so glad.
Can you remember the exact moment when you were back to your full strength? That must have been a pretty overwhelming moment for you.
It was actually during the process of preparing for my first Las Vegas residency, because I was in the process of finding what was wrong with me. I was seeing neurologists and all kinds of specialists. It was when I was on the stage and I was able to shout out. Before I'd even started rehearsals, I was able to shout out into the room at Caesar's Palace. And I'm like, wow, I actually have power again. So it was a long process, but I think it's just the power of the voice, but literally being able to express your power, and whether it's to scream or to to cry out loud or anything with volume. It was a real problem. So I was liberated finally after a lot of work.
Oh gosh, I mean, it'd be awful for anybody, let alone a singer of your calibre. And Ronan, we've talked a lot about your tour. When's it happening, Ronan? Oh, I don't know how. We've had to put it back. Now, what's the latest now then? Do we know? Is it going to, because it's not summer anymore, is it?
Well, it's supposed to be June, July in the UK. But with the way things are going, we'll find out on Monday how, what the Prime Minister has to say about everything. It's still up in the air. It might be moved again. That would be heartbreaking, but these are the cards we're dealt at the moment.
Absolutely. Now then, we talked a bit about Valentine's Day, and I went home and told my husband what Ronan's plans was, and I mean, it didn't go very well. So it's like he's made all this effort. I won't go into detail what you did, but it was lovely. But on top of that, we then find this beautiful clip of you and Storm, your wife, on social media, singing to each other. Well, I mean, I'm going to get a divorce, that's it.